Okay, we're back, you guys, with another 10-minute philosophy. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And it is as follows here on the whiteboard to find me and to go over all my 10-minute philosophies as we move forward. But this here is the follow up philosophy 7 from 6 of what can we do when we try to get things back in balance where they should be, trying to do the things that should be based on sheer integrity. You can be whoever you want to be as long as it's not hurting or harming a person or an entire civilization or an entire world. That's a different deal. We'll get to that later. Let's stay with 7 here. The question here, following from philosophy 6 to philosophy 7, is can a civilization ever reach above previous highly advanced civilizations? The answer is yes. It's going to take discipline in order to do so. Now, this particular grid here, I'm going to fix, excuse me, the other camera here, doing double the work, triple the work, but it's very important work. I'm very passionate. Um, yes, in order for us to get to this state, to get to a higher state of an advanced civilization, higher than, excuse me, higher than the ones previous before us, which I do respect a great deal. Okay? These are the things we're going to need to do. If everyone is paying attention, and I love individuals that take these kind of things seriously and they actually take notes and they do their own interpersonal research as well and have their own philosophical view going in because collectively together each view brings us closer to the overall solution. Not everybody, it's politics of everybody, this isn't, these are people's lives and the future of children and so forth. That is should be very important to all of us. And as a reverend doctor, to sit back and watch the political arena look like a circus and everything else as well, not realizing the importance of what's happening right now. This is when we need to come together. We're gonna have to do away with those other things that we used to do and come together with a solution for all. Okay. Now, this is the structure here of the philosophical equation. How to get this started. What we need to do is diminish the pride and ego of control. See, this control in capitalism of our government and our leadership and the careless nature has led us to the point to where our emissions are up. Scientifically, they already knew these things 100 years ago. They knew that these things were going to happen if they were going to push the concept of capitalism onto their people, making them pay and overpay and tax them for energy that should be free. And naturally, if it was free energy, people would be more conservative. This is a natural thing. But we'll get to that later. But this control has destroyed the natural balance of nature within our earth. Okay? Earth is too hot. Emissions are up. Everybody wants to keep driving around and driving around. Nobody wants to park their cars for 10 years and can't move around. This is when the ancient technology that I was speaking of before, they should have stepped in and gave it to us. Okay? Like the electric car and this, they're trying to baby it into a situation that's futile. The earth has a process that she must go to, or he, or Gaia, whichever you prefer. You see what I'm saying? Nature has to go through. They knew this. This is where I feel like this is careless and the lack of love for what you call your people. That you know that some disable, They're not as intelligent. Some can't see, some can't hear. There's a level of responsibility. If this is a government leadership that knew this to prepare its people, if you wanted a strong people, but you didn't want a strong people, you're afraid of that. You're afraid of that. So we know that our leadership, our government, they don't love us because you knew what to do to save us, prepare us, give us the necessary tools, whether knowledge or advanced technology that we should have already had, instead of the guns, the violence, the gangs, the back and forth. No, there's something far worse than what everybody's considering the crime that's going on now, that's headed our way. You understand? And I want everyone to take this very seriously. The emissions are too high and they're not going to come down, they're going to get higher. You know what this means? Earth is going to be too hot to live above ground. It's going to be too hot to live above ground in 10 years. It'll be too hot. Compressors are only going to be able to take so much heat, but they're not going to be able to withstand the heat of the sun with the emissions reflecting from our atmosphere within and out of the sun, on top of the threat of solar flares. You see where I'm going with this? We're in danger. We're all in danger. Okay? Once you go steal and kill people, it's not going to save you. It's not going to save you. No. This is where you have to start using your intelligence and listen to those that are gifted with intelligence and come together so we can get the resources together to try to save us, since we know that they are not going to save us. See, we can't stop the natural process of the earth and the things that are going to go on, but we need to prepare ourselves. You're like, oh, I'm prepared, and this and that. It's going to come a time. You understand? Listen to me very carefully. There's going to come a time that even the things that you think you have at home, off in the country, and this is not to frighten anyone. This is the common sense nature that we need to come together to realize. Okay? It's too hot for us to be above ground. We're going to have to go below. Okay? In ancient times, there has been a discovery in Cappadocia, Turkey. Ancient caves and a civilization of more than 20,000 people had to live there and their livestock, and they had to thrive and they lived in order to survive. Now, the why has been given in a lot of theories. It could have been climate, it could have been war, it could have been plague, it could have been a lot of things. But at least they had the common sense to know, or someone had the intelligence that cared enough to try to save them of what they should be doing. Okay? Now, in order to get to this philosophical question answered, can we get to this state of a higher civilization? Discipline. Just reacting and projecting your anger is not going to do anything but continue to destroy and feed the narrative that has no love. This is not about to save you. It's not going to bring peace. Crime is not going to save or make the emissions of the earth come down to be cooler. That's not going to do any of that. We need a civilization to where we can go underground, since the damage has been done and it's irreversible. It's happening too fast. We need a civilization that where we can plant another seed of genuine people, healthy people that have the mental capacity to live and thrive underground as an ultimate new seed to give birth to this empire civilization and not let these things here occur ever again of a primitive nature. You have the power of a higher intelligence without the mental castration of whatever chemicals that are poisoning you in the air that's been given to us by the government with their knowing to feed their agenda to keep control. It's that discipline that gives balance for peace and love. You understand? I'm Reverend Dr. Julius, a spiritual, or Sacred Waters Spiritual Academy in Peace, and the Spiritual General indeed. Peace.